Hi, everybody. It is Kristen, aka Manali here, and
Kristine, aka Weenie.
we are here to talk about books, and you've got it, more books.
All the
I know, right? Aren't you excited? I'm excited. I love books so much. I could stay in my bed and read all day because, see, I live with the blanket people, and it takes a long time to gain their trust. And when you leave for too long, it takes a long time to gain their trust again, So
You don't want to ruin that bond.
I don't want to ruin that bond. And especially when we involve the books. They love each other and I love them and
You'd
it's
be too
just
cruel to make them part.
I, exactly.
I
So
get
I have a
I
I
know.
you do, you got it. Okay, so I have a few actual books here, like, as you can see behind me. But I picked out a few that are my absolute favorites. And got them. I'm just gonna show them to you. You see here, can everybody see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it lovely? It's so beautiful. I love it. Who doesn't love dragons, right? This is Anne McCaffrey. I don't know if anybody's ever read Anne McCaffrey, but this is the first one in the Pern series, Dragon's Dawn, and it's amazing. I mean, just reading about dragons, but these dragons were created to save a planet because Earth just they couldn't live on Earth anymore, so they had to find a new planet, and they found one called Pern. And then they found out that they couldn't live on Pern without they couldn't survive without finding a way to destroy this evil thing called thread. It's these silvery masses that destroy everything organic. I don't want to give away too much. You have to read it though.
That's crazy. It
It
sounds like
is.
biological warfare. Sorry,
You
I just
should.
made something fantasy into like
Well, actually, what's great is this is fantasy and sci-fi at the same time. I'll read the back part to you. It's the beautiful planet Pern seemed a paradise to its new colonists until unimaginable terror turned it into hell. Suddenly, deadly spores were falling like silver threads from the sky, devouring everything and everyone in their path. It began to look as if the colony, cut off from Earth and lacking the resources to combat the menace, was doomed. Then some of the colonists noticed that the small dragon-like lizards that inhabited their new world were joining the fight against Thread, breathing fire on it and teleporting to safety. If only, they thought, the dragonettes were big enough for a human to ride and intelligent, enough to work as a team with the rider. And so they set their most talented geneticists to work to create the creatures Pern so desperately needed, dragons. And it's, see what I mean? Like they created out of these little, yeah, they created dragons, but this takes place obviously in our very, very far away future. I think it actually gives you a date. Let's see if it's like easy to get to. I can't remember. Get past all the maps. There's maps. I love maps. It does not. But as the books progress, like Dragon's Dawn takes place, and then the next novel is like hundreds and hundreds of years after that. So it gets a little more fantasy. Still got a little sci-fi in there, but it's if you have not
wow.
read any of the novels, you should. She's amazing. So what about you? What's one of your favorites? We'll take turns. I'll go and then you'll go.
Okay, sorry. I don't want anybody to hear me cough.
That's
Um,
okay. That was very polite of you.
Favorites. Um,
Just one. You don't have to pick an absolute favorite because if I were asked to do that, I think my brain and face would melt off because I can't do it. It's impossible.
I'm trying to think. Um, it's cheesy.
It's
There's a
okay.
couple no, there's a couple books that they weren't amazing by
But
any
they were
means.
amazing to
For
you,
whatever
though.
reason, they stuck with me. And I think that's what makes a great book, regardless of
Exactly,
it
right?
sticks.
I
There's
agree.
one that, for the life of me, I actually can't even remember the name anymore. Um, and um, actually, that one's a little provocative, and not in like a weird, like romantic way. It was just like this person like had a rough life and it went all kinds of crazy. And anyways, but I related a lot to that one. And there's another
That's
one called
I think the main thing is that you can
Serena.
relate to the character. Oh, I know what you're saying. I know that one. I think I do. It sounds
It's
like it's the one I'm thinking
kind
of.
of kind of like a, I think it was a mermaid, but not really. More like a siren. And she gets stuck, and this person keeps trying to kill her, and she's just trying to save him the entire time. It's really messed up, and just the way it was written, it I don't know. I'm not
Were
as
you related related to the character, right? That was the thing that stuck with you
that
is
one,
related to the
Serena,
character,
not
or
so much. Just the way everything was described.
it just made memories and stuck with you.
Yeah.
I
It
I
was,
think that makes a good book, whether it's a good book to someone else or not. It doesn't matter to
mhm.
you. It was a good book.
Because as much as people rave about certain books, if you can't see it, if you can't feel it yourself, then
Then it's
it's
just
just
words
paper.
on a page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I exactly. It's like my favorite thing could be somebody else's. Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it's like you're heartbroken. Have you ever had somebody tell you like one of your favorite books or favorite authors just like I just didn't like that, and you're like, you just broke my heart. I can't even talk to you right now. I don't even want to look at your face. Go away.
We can't be friends anymore for the next five
Nope.
minutes. Don't.
Nope.
Just
You're not
look away.
invited to my birthday party
Mm-mm.
ever.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Tea time? No tea time for you.
Tease. Okay, so next up I have Piers Anthony. This is just one of them from the Xanth novels. He's got several, but I'm going to show you the Xanth novel first. This one's like book 26, I think. But there's the cover there. It's very colorful. Can you see that?
Ooh, shiny.
Yes. Okay, so with the Xanth novels, Piers Anthony's really big into puns, but the first ones, like the older, the more in-depth books you get, so like the higher the number of books there are, the more adult-like it is. So some of the writing in the earlier ones seems somewhat like I could read those books out loud to my children, but the more recent ones, no, no, I cannot read them out loud to my children because there's definitely sexual innuendo in there, and there's some mild, very mild cursing, but it's the innuendo is what it is. Like it's one of the names of one of the titles of one of the books is The Color of Her Panties, and
Oh.
it's funny, but it's about this journey of these women. One of them's an ogre. One's a merwoman who can make legs, and a human girl, and I do believe a goblin girl. And then we have they're on just a journey of self-discovery, and they find out that they want to be main characters because main characters always have something happen to them. They always have happy endings. So that's what they set out to discover. And they find that they obviously become main characters, their dream, but they discover that they are more than they thought they were. And they meet their true loves and they fall in love, blah blah blah. That's not my favorite one, but there's some really good ones, but that's not even my favorite series by him. My favorite series by him is Incarnations of Immortality. This is the first one, On a Pale Horse. And On a Pale Horse,
Why is that one your favorite?
because well, the series Incarnations of Mortality, the
Mm-hmm.
writing is really really good. Like On a Pale Horse is about this man who meets death and he becomes death. See, all the incarnations like death, war, they're all looking for replacements at some point. They don't want to be immortal anymore. They want to resume their life from where they ended it, and you know, meet a person, fall in love, have a family, and die, and so on and so forth. So that's what this book's about. The very beginning is he meets death, he becomes death, and his journey to becoming and learning how to deal with it. But like the second one is about war, I do believe, and the third one's about the fates, the three fates. There's, I do believe, 9 or 10 of them, but they're all incarnations. And there's one in particular, it's called Being a Green Mother, and that's about Mother Nature, this woman that becomes Mother Nature, and she's got this powerful song. She can sing, and it's almost like a siren. She draws people in, but in a good way. She sings the sun up.
So was she like a
She
human before?
she was a human before, and then
That's
she becomes,
trippy.
yeah, but then she meets the devil, and they fall in love. And in order to, I can't give away the whole thing, but in order to fall in love fully with him, he has to prove himself. And it's just this whole thing about him trying to reassure he's not trying to take her soul. But then it's like, well, what is he really doing? And you don't find out to the very end, obviously, what he really is doing. But the whole time you're questioning, along with her, whether or not he really loves her. It's just, you don't have to read them all in succession. I mean, it does reference, each book references, some of the different ones, but if you wanted to, like, pick up one, you could without being lost, because each one's about a different incarnation. But to really appreciate the whole, you should read them all. But Being a Green Mother is one of my favorites out of the whole series, because I felt like I could identify with her. I felt like I could identify with this character. She was sweet, she could sing, but she was on a journey also to discover that she was not this, because at the beginning of the book she kind of describes herself as plain and never destined to do anything, never be anything or anyone, which I kind of think everybody feels like that at some point in their life.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny how when you sometimes pick up a book and start reading it, and it starts to echo certain parts of your life that's happening right now?
Do one of those. What's happening?
Am I in the story? Is this me?
That never-ending story tingle.
Oh my god! Right? And going back to Anne McCaffrey, my name comes from one of her books, Manali. It's a trilogy inside the Pern novels, and it's the first two. There's Dragon Singer and Dragon Song, and it's about this girl named Manali, who, especially at the time she was going through in her life with her parents and running away from home because they wouldn't let her sing anymore. They wouldn't let her play music because she was a girl. And she ran away, and she impressed, which is what they call it when a fire lizard hatch, like a fire lizard egg hatches. You can't just be like, oh, I want a baby dragon, I'm going to have this dragon. You have to impress them, meaning you have to make a bond between your minds. And she did, a bunch of them, but then a dragon rider finds her, and she gets taken off, and she becomes a harper, which is what they call musicians. And harpers aren't just musicians. They teach people music, but they carry information. They teach kids history, and it's almost like a music teacher / history teacher. And they also help with the moral guidance of everyone. And that was her dream, is to become that. So it's the first one especially. It's how she became, but I fully identified with her, with the running away from home, having problems at home, not being told she couldn't do something or wasn't good at something. So I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me. And then, I love the name. It's unusual, and I chose my name from that. So now you'll know the story of my handle, because that was awesome.
Yours is a lot more interesting than mine.
Really? What? Yours is adorable, though. I absolutely love your name. Yours is like Kristine Weenie.
Yeah.
But, like, don't you have some cute story? Like, was that like a nickname?
It's just because I'm short.
Oh, short girl problems.
Right? No. Kristine Weenie, 'cause I'm 5'1".
I'm 5'4". I'm only a few inches taller than you.
Yes.
But that makes up, and you're like, yes. I'm not the only one. My sister-in-law is like 4'9", and my brother's 6'2".
That's awkward.
It's adorable, though. It's so cute when they're standing side by side, because it's like this. Here's Kristen.
Hey, I mean, technically, what is it? You're legally a little person at 4'8".
Yeah, so
Legal.
she's just barely over it. We always tease her about that.
Um,
That's funny. But sometimes some people have cool stories about their names. Some people don't. Your story's cute. Your name is cute. My name I picked from a book, so I mean, um, I
I
could have
know, it's
went with
almost
my
like you
childhood
like
name.
books or something. I mean,
I know it is like I like books. I think I have an obsession, but I don't think it's an unhealthy obsession.
no, it's not like it's crack or something. It's just books.
Yeah, I think there's one of my favorite memes is I'm not addicted to books. I can quit anytime. Just kidding. After I finish this chapter.
Actually, this entire time I've been saying this, I've been listening to an audio tape of a book, so.
That's funny because while I'm at work, I listen to. I just got the dramatized. If anybody knows what dramatized, it's when there's audiobooks and then there's dramatized audiobooks. Dramatized audiobooks is where people act out the book. So you're still listening to an audiobook, but it's dramatic and there's
Are
different
those any
actors doing
good?
the readings. What?
Are those any good?
Dude, it's awesome. That's what I was just going to say. I got Fellowship of the Rings to listen to at work because I can't walk
Oh
around
shit.
doing my job on reading. Yeah, and BBC Radio did it apparently years and years ago, and they have a whole set of The Hobbit. There's Lord of the Rings. So there's Fellowship of the Rings, Two Towers, and Return of the King. Um, though it's amazing. It's being acted out, but you're listening to it, and there's like the voice actors are really good. There's sounds, there's music. Okay, so go to Audible. You know what Audible is. Right
Yep.
now, if you download the app, they're giving away a free audiobook of your choice. Now, sometimes when you get free books, they're like, here, you get a choice of ones we want you to choose from. You can literally get anything you want.
Oh.
But you can also listen to samples, of course. And another one I got, this isn't dramatized, but it's The Children of Hurin. It's J.R.R. Tolkien.
Hmm.
It's read by Christopher Lee. Who doesn't want Christopher Lee to read them a book? He's the coolest dude, one of the coolest dudes in the world. Hey, did you listen to his heavy metal Christmas song album that he came out? Right? He's like the coolest old guy in the world. I would love to meet him and hang out with him. I bet he would just be so much fun.
Oh man.
What reading to you, it's amazing. And he's like mastered all of J.R. Tolkien's languages. It's an art form. So when he speaks them, it's like so fluid and beautiful. And
I should look in on that. I'm
you
rereading
need
The
to.
Hobbit because I have a movie where it splices all three of the Hobbit movies together to match the book exactly. So instead of like an 11-hour of all of the movies together, it's the entire movie of this one, all three of them together. It's about like four
That's
hours long.
okay. I will watch the 11 hours, but I want to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, like it's just cool because it's following as much as the movies can closer to the book. So it takes out a lot and just keeps it with the story. So I'm rereading it right now before I watch that.
I am rereading it just because I found this awesome. I left it downstairs, so I can't show you. I'm bummed now because I completely forgot it. It's it looks like a Bible. Actually, I have people asking me all the time, "Are you reading your scripture?" And I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, "No." And they say it's The Hobbit. It's thin and it's brown leather, and it's got
Hmm.
like in gold embossed. Says The Hobbit on the front and it's got gold leafing paper, so it really looks like a Bible, and it's so beautiful.
Let's be real. It's a Bible. It's the Hobbit.
Yes,
It's the Bible.
it is. I was just,
I mean, come on.
but it is gorgeous. So if
Hmm.
anybody has not seen that yet, I found mine at Target. Do believe you can also find it at Barnes and Noble. Go check it out. It's you have to have it in part of your collection, even if you don't read it. It's too beautiful not to have because when you put it on your shelf,
Do I need it?
it's
Nope. I
little.
don't need it.
Yeah, you have to have it.
Yeah.
Because I said so. You have to have it.
Strictly because. What is it? Christopher Lee reads the Lord of the Rings once a year.
Yes. Yes, he does. Um, I need to open up something here. Trying to open up. We've got some chat going on,
Yeah.
and for some reason I'm having issues pulling it up. But I do want to see what y'all are saying.
The Lost Boy. Jennifer relates to that one too much. Do
See
you
if you
feel
can
like
pull
you're
it up.
fucking your wife?
Do you
That
feel like
gets
you've
weird.
got it?
That gets really weird. That's happened to
Which
me
one is it?
once. The Lost Boy.
Huh. I have not.
Yeah. I
Oh.
remember the book. The book that was kind of like Leslie's journal. There you go.
Oh.
Sorry. My
That's
brain just
that happens. I'm glad you remembered it. You remembered it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that one got me. And
Huh.
specifically I remember when I was when I was reading that book throughout, um I was hooked on the Cranberries at the time. So
Oh.
every time I think of that book, oh, that's my freaking soundtrack for the book. Like, so every time I hear that song, I think of the book. Like, it's just back and forth, back and forth.
It happens. It happens that way.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you have a certain time in your life and you remember that time. You're like memories get flooded back when you're sitting in the car and you're listening to the radio and all of a sudden a song comes on and you're like, oh, I remember when we were doing this.
And then you
And,
literally get a flashback. You're all whoosh.
yes,
You just
it
you get
happens
hit in
with
the
books too.
face. Every time.
Oh, do you want to pull up? Are you able to pull up? We're getting some chat on YouTube, and we want to see what our fans are saying if they're asking us questions. I'm having trouble. I apologize. I
I'm
do want to see
watching.
what you're
I
saying.
can't respond to him right now, or like text wise, just because.
But you can you
Oh yeah, I can read it.
okay, could you do that? See what we got going on? Do we have any questions?
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
My computer must not be liking me right now. It's not being nice. Either that or it's just Google's like, no, I'm going to take up all of your bandwidth. You cannot do anything else.
Your computer's a sadist.
It is. It's like a cat that does not. You could be petting
Your
him with one
computer's
hand.
a cat. That's so.
Yeah, it's like you're petting them with one hand. And it's like, no, no, no. You have to pay attention. So they lay on the keyboard instead, or right on whatever you're doing. It's like, no, you can't do anything else right now. You can only have this one thing open. Pay attention to me.
To me and only me.
Then, of course, we were talking about this once before. Well, more than once before. We have Game of Thrones. You see this beautiful Clash of Kings.
Oh yeah, you want to see my beautiful Clash of Kings?
Yes,
You ready for this?
yes, I'm sure you have one that's just more amazing than mine.
You
Have you
ready?
seen the big giant ones?
Hold on.
They have them at Target. They're like huge, giant, hardback. The actual book is just they're big.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to turn down so it's not glaring. Oh, where'd it go? Wait.
I don't know if you turned it off. But yeah, I have books on here too. It's a black screen right now because I don't want to. The phone's being a pain.
Oh yeah, my Clash of Kings.
Where's your cover? Oh, I'm so sad.
I don't
I'm
know
sad.
why it's the cover wouldn't pop up.
I'm
Like
sad
on
for
some
you.
of them, it's popping up. like Dance with Dragons has popped up. Like some of
Yeah.
them aren't they're not doing it.
Okay, so
And
what
then
are you reading right now?
I'm rereading The Hobbit, like I
That's
said,
Hobbit.
and I'm also reading the X-Wing series by Michael A. Stockpole. It's Star Wars books.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
and
glad.
so far I like it.
I
I've
have not
still
read
never
those ones
read that
yet. The
series.
only Star Wars books I've read are the Timothy Zahn with the Hand of Thrawn, and like those are amazing. If you've not read those, you need to. You have
If
to.
you
You
haven't read
have to
those,
read them.
you're reading wrong.
You are. Timothy Zahn knows what he's doing, man. He really does.
Yeah.
So right now I'm reading um,
Excuse me.
Game of Thrones. I'm also reading that book right there is in my room, but I have the books on my. I do have Game of Thrones on here. It was trying to tell me. Google Voice just came up is tried to repeat everything I just said back to me. In my first, I have The Hobbit, the one I was telling you about, and I have Anne Rice's Memnoch the Devil. So those are the three books, but I'm really focusing on Game of Thrones and Memnoch the Devil because those are the two that I hadn't read before. Obviously, I read The Hobbit like I don't even know how many times. A lot. I
Oh my
lost.
gosh. Freaking Game of Thrones is killing me because I specifically started rereading it at a certain time because we were told or hinted at
That it
that
was going to
the
be
other
starting.
book was going to come out this
Yeah,
year. And then the son of a says that there is no book for 2015.
I thought I don't want to believe that. I want to believe like they're gonna come out on like April 2nd because it's gonna be a big April Fool's joke. They're just starting early.
I hope so because
I'm
that
holding out hope for that. I don't know why. I just am. Maybe because
it's
I want it to
killing
be
me.
true.
Like
I'm convincing myself of this.
I lined it up. Like I was so proud of myself. I'm like, oh, I can read all these books because I usually read them like to and from work kind of deal.
Yeah,
So, and like sometimes like when I'm home, but for the most part, that's when I do my reading because I have so much other crud to do during
yeah.
the
No,
day.
I agree. There are sometimes though where I'll start reading like, oh, I have a couple of minutes and I'll start reading. And then before I know it, it's been
3 hours
3 hours.
later.
Yeah, that's funny you just said 3 hours. We said 3 hours.
Get out of my brain. There's not enough room in there.
I
Jeez.
know. Let me see if
You
I
know, it looks
cannot
like a
pull.
mess, but don't touch anything. I know where everything's at.
I won't. I promise. Okay, I don't promise. I Okay, so hated book. And I don't like to use the word hate, so let's just say dislike because hate makes me sad. Let's talk about dislike. Books that you I don't know about you, but the way I am with books is once I've started it, whether I like it or not, it may take me a long time. I have to finish it. And it really bums me out that I do this because I've tried not to, but it's like I see the book or it's in my brain and I'm like, I have to finish reading it. It's almost like whether I don't know why I do it. Whether it's because I'm like, okay, well I started something, I need to finish it. That's not it because I've started plenty of things and not finished it. So I think almost maybe it's my I started it, so I need to finish it because somebody worked really hard on it. And I'm a writer, so I know what it feels like to be writing something and I nobody reading it. And I'm bummed about it. But then we got I don't know. I have to do it. Are you that way?
You're so conflicted.
I am conflicted. Very conflicted. Am I nuts? Am I the only person that does this? I can't be the only person that does this. Just say yes.
No, you are not the only person. Did I just save you?
You did say
Do you like that lifeline? Mm?
I do. I like that lifeline. Thank you. Okay, so disliked book.
Oh,
You got to have one. One you just started and you were like, ugh. How many chapters do you usually give a book before you're like, I don't like this at all? Before you fully decide that you don't like it?
I'm trying to remember.
Do you
Um,
usually give it one chapter, two chapters before
no,
I try to
I
give it?
tried
I
reading
try to
it.
give it two chapters at least before I decide if I like it or not.
It was I can't even remember the name of this book. Um, I usually read a lot of the books my mom gives me. Um, and I could not get into this one, and it was bothering me a lot. It was set like during the Aztecs and stuff like that, and it was very
Was it
traditional, but it was
historical
just
fiction?
very dry for as colorful as it should have been.
Yeah,
And it was just letting me down. It was too like just like
boring.
historical like rambling of it didn't make any sense, but it was really boring. And for what they
Yeah,
were trying to convey that it was gonna be, I was just like, this is not
it was a
what
letdown.
the
There was hype, and then the
yeah.
hype
And
came out
then I
of
found out that she hadn't read the book yet, and she just
nowhere.
wanted to see what I thought before she read
She
it.
made you do the work.
Yeah, I was a freaking guinea pig. I was so upset with that because
Aw.
she can't read, and by me saying she can't read, she literally reads 2 pages, she's asleep. It puts her to sleep
Oh
every time.
no. Oh no.
Yeah, so she
I'm
struggles. So she only starts reading books she knows she'll like, and so I've learned with a few ones she's thrown at me. And usually they're pretty good. And but I couldn't. It was a big book too. Like at first I thought she was giving me a textbook. Like it was just in general like a big book. I was like, "What
You're
is
like,
this? Are you giving me your
are you
homework?"
trying to tell me something?
Yeah.
I
Sorry
mean,
about that.
that's funny. Uh,
I couldn't get into it. It
well, you need
started
to
with
remember
an
the name so
F.
I
I'm
can
sure
avoid
I'll
it.
remember it like in like 20 minutes.
For me, I'm very specific, and I wanted to like this book. I really did, and it took me forever to get through it because it was a really long book anyway, and I read fast. It's called The Dragon Bone Chair by Tad Williams. Now, it started out really slow, and I thought, okay, so some of these books do that. Starts out slow, and then eventually builds up to it. No, no. It was like trying to drive with like four flat tires. It was going nowhere. And when it did finally go somewhere, it was like dum, 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 the whole
It was
time.
uphill too.
Yeah, it was uphill. So I'm like, by the time I got to the end, I wanted to throw a party and celebrate because nothing against the author. I've not read any of his other books, but this book was so dry. It just, I couldn't, I couldn't do it. It's like trying to whistle with crackers in your mouth. It was that good. It was, for anybody else out there that has read that book and you loved it, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult you or the author of the book. Just for me, I did not, I just
You
did not
couldn't.
enjoy it. I
You
couldn't do
tried
it.
so hard and you
I
couldn't.
did. I did. Um, then I gave it to my uncle to read, and I'm like, here, read this. He still has it. I think he still has
You
it.
sound like my mother. No.
I maybe he would like it. I thought I love books and I keep all my books and I reread them over and over again. But why would I keep something in my collection? It's just gonna take up space and I'm never gonna read it again. It wasn't my thing, so I'm like trying to give the book a new home, maybe somewhere where it will be loved.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big rereader.
Me too.
And it's
Some
always
people
for me. It's
don't
hard to
understand
find
that.
books that I would go out of my way to read because so many different people like rave about this book or that book. Like, oh, it's amazing, and then I read it. It's just like it's all right.
Yeah, and you don't want to tell them that you didn't
I
like
don't.
it, especially if they're super excited
Yeah,
about it.
let
Like,
me.
did you read it yet? Did you read it yet? Oh, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, they're like, did you like it? And you can't look at them in the eye and go, no, because then they're like, you hurt
Yeah,
my
my friend was
feelers.
like that about Dune. I actually really like Dune, but the
Me
problem
too.
was he had got me the book, and it's not that I didn't like it. It's just I didn't start reading it yet. I was like in the process of moving and stuff. He's like, and he kept asking, "Have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? Have you read it?" I was like, "No, I haven't even like picked it up. I haven't read anything recently." And then after a while, he's just like, if you don't like it, you can just tell me. I was like, "That's not it. That's not it at all."
Oh no.
And then I did read it, and I really liked it. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
I love that. He who controls the spice controls the universe. I love that cat meme with the cat wrapped. I think it's like I don't know what it is, but it says IR Dune cat. And it's that I controls the spice, I controls the universe. I love that. And it's funny you say Dune because right here. Yeah.
I have to ask you, do you know where all your books are?
Yeah. I
Like,
do, but they're
like if
not
I
all. I do. Which one?
like if
They're
you
all
think of a book,
alphabetized.
do you know where it is on the shelf?
Yeah,
Like,
they're alphabetized.
they're alphabetized? Okay,
Mhm.
well that makes a lot more sense. I mean,
They're
you just read
alphabetized by
it.
no, they're alphabetized by
Do you
author.
have do you have a Dewey Decimal System in your house?
I do. It's a specific one because there's a whole big shelf like this one. Here, I will show you people watching right now. And look, okay, so here is the shelf. It's bigger than just what's behind me. Do you see this? Are you seeing this? Okay. Then more behind me, all the way over. You see all that? There's a whole
Can
shelf
you
this
fit a
size.
paper through those two books? Like,
Maybe no. There's a whole other shelf this size downstairs as well. And then I have some more in a tote somewhere. A couple of totes.
you
But
have a sickness, and it does not need more cabo. It needs more books.
it does. So when you look at my books, they're not alphabetized by like ABC. They're alphabetized in like the genre, the author, the series. So like when you look over here, here's Anthony, the Xanth novels. You know what I mean? Like they go from the first one all the way on down, and then his
Mhm.
Incarnation's Mortality, then the Apprentice Adept, and then yeah, it's a very specific. Like it's not hard to find the book. Like if you're looking through, you know where you know where you'll find something. My earbud is shoved a little too far in my ear, and it sounds all muted and weird. So
I just have to point out,
what?
you're beyond adorable.
Aw, thank you.
And okay, yeah, Dune the movie can be confusing
It can
if
be.
you've never read the book. The book can be
Exactly.
confusing too, but it's a
I
lot
think
easier to reference.
it is. It is. And when with the original Dune, they did a really good job with kind of going hand in hand with the book. There's definitely some stuff that could have been referenced more, I think. But what
Yeah,
what movie and book combo have you ever seen that was
Kristine,
spot on perfect? You're
the movie
perfect.
Kristine is the
Oh,
exact as
yes.
the book.
You
It's
are
insane.
so right. I was like, I thought you were referencing yourself. I'm like, did you write a book about yourself? I'm dumb.
Like, you
Eh.
need to raise your hand. Is this class? What just happened? No.
No,
No,
you're
the
right.
book Christine and the movie Christine are perfect.
You were
And it
right.
was
They are
so
perfect.
weird because I was like, is this happening? This is
Is this real
happening.
life?
Like,
It's like that
throughout. It
video
was
with the little kid
ridiculous.
that had to have his teeth pulled. And he's like, is this real life? Have you seen that? Yeah, that's what that felt like, right? Like, is this real life?
Is this happening? This is. Are
And
you
you see that
kidding me?
car driving down the road, and you're like, this is real. This is real.
I don't think that kid realizes that he just made one of the most insane catchphrases of his life.
He really did. I
I can't think of how many times I've said, is this real life?
Me either. I started. I don't even remember starting to say those things, like to say that phrase.
It made
It
way
just
too much sense. A
it did,
drunken
and I
child makes way
incorporated
too
it
much
into
sense.
my own, speech patterns and my own vocabulary. And now I just say it. I don't even remember the first time I said it, like using it legit, not
Hmm.
just saying it. And now I'm like, ah. But he should be proud of that. He will be. I wonder how old that kid is now. I don't remember how long that video came out. You should be
Oh,
proud of that. Okay, so we have gone over the dislike books. I have a longer list, but it's not too long, thankfully. Um, what the kind of books I normally adhere to, and it's just because it's my favorite. It's not because I, discriminate against any other kind of book. I do tend to stick to fantasy and sci-fi, just because those are the things that I love. But
mm.
I will read anything that catches my fancy. But I also like historical fiction. I enjoy historical fiction as well.
Well, your dragon book had like a color of everything that you just mentioned.
Oh, the Dragonstone, this
Hmm.
one. Yeah, it
It touches base on everything that you liked that you mentioned.
exactly. Except for historical fiction, because it's not really historically accurate,
No,
but
no.
the way they write
Yeah.
it does um, seem to be like you could find that in a history book if it were real. Does that make sense? The way she writes
Well,
it.
yeah, I mean, it is about dragons, so it can't be historical.
Hold on one second. My computer's experiencing issues.
I, oh my goodness. I can breathe. I'm okay. I'm good. But yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we have a couple of questions or comments, and I cannot see them because I have the page open, but it's completely blank for me. It's white.
I
Not
just
loading up.
reloaded.
I'm sorry, y'all. It just doesn't like me. I need to figure out if it's user error, which it could be. I'm not saying it's not, or if it's just a combination of having too many programs open at once, even if it's just two.
It's oh my gosh. Stop it, Jennifer. I've read all of them. The only one that I just missed right now was that she said, I say it all the time while playing WoW. So I'm guessing she meant, is this real life? And I do. Every time, like, I get attacked or I should have killed somebody and they ended up killing me or some glitch in the game made me not interrupt them or just something happens. I'm like, is this real life? Did that just
Is this
happen?
right? That just happened.
Oh, I get so angry.
I know. I
Shouldn't
do
have
that too.
happened. They're messing with me. It was the game's fault, not mine. Oh man.
I
Yesterday.
could not live without books. I just realized that. I couldn't do it.
Did you
You
just
can't
hear
tell
like
me
a
you
little
could
like
either.
ding?
Yeah. You cannot tell me that you could either.
I don't know.
You couldn't do it.
I
If
used to
somebody
read a
told
lot
you
more books.
if somebody told you that you could never read again, you couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't. It sucks. I used to read a lot more books because
Me too.
before where I lived, there was a bookstore on my way home. And I would go in and I would go into a section and I'd pick up a book and I'd just start reading. And I was like, okay, that wasn't too bad. And then I'd take it. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
really look at what it was about. I was just like, okay, that looked cool. And that's
Right?
actually how I found the LA Banks. It was one of those moments.
I did the same thing at my bookstore. It's River City Books where I lived, and it had a little cafe in there. And I was just wandering around because I was like, I want a new book. Don't know what kind of book I'm looking for. I just want a new book, and I found that
I
it.
want stuff.
I want stuff. I'm gonna go get stuff. So
Mhm.
I picked up that book, and I remember looking. I was like, sorry, we had something fall. I hope that wasn't too bad.
It was a bookshelf, was it?
No, no, it wasn't. If it was, I think you would notice. I would be like, oh
I'm fine. Save the books.
no! Yeah, put them all back in order. No, no. Mm-mm.
Priorities, you have them.
Only in my head. sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I need to do these things, and the list happens, but the actual tasks don't.
The thought was there.
Does the
that
thought
that
count
should
when it's
matter, right?
other
That
than
has
present?
some meaning somewhere.
You know, when you give somebody a present, they're like, "Oh, it's the thought that counts." Does it? Does that translate into like thinking about doing something but not actually doing it? Doesn't the thought count, or does that not work? I don't think it works. Can we make it a thing?
Can we make that work?
We could. I could.
Somebody
I don't
work on
know.
this.
I don't know about anybody else.
We need to get our top scientists in on this. This needs to work.
Like that episode of Family Guy when he jumps up in the air and he's all
Uh-huh.
like, what do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Call a scientist. Call a scientist. Just call a scientist. You know what? We can talk about an episode of Family Guy where Peter learns to read. Not that he learns to read, but where he gets smart and they have a bookshelf because he got rid of the TV. Yeah, and he was like, we could read stories out loud. They start listing off things. He's like, oh, no, we don't have that. And then they're like, Game of Thrones. Oh, wait, yeah, we got Game of Thrones right there. I was like, yes, Game of Thrones reference. Woo! I love when I'm finding references of things I'm reading because it's kind of like when you're like, yay!
It's like you know me or something.
You know, when I was talking about not liking books but having to get not liking, you know what I mean by not liking books. Obviously, that is not what I meant. I just
never mean that.
I cannot talk today or type. But not liking certain books, you know, giving them a try. I don't have a long list. I don't because I don't love every book I run into or that runs into me or whatever. I am not that. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, I don't care what it is, I'll read it. But like my list is very short. Just, I mean, very, very short because I'm kind of not really a picky reader. I don't judge by the cover, but you got to admit the cover for new when you're looking for something new or when it catches your eye, it's got to be flashy in some way. Like it's got to catch your eye and it's got to intrigue you. You got to be like, oh, that looks cool. That sounds cool. I'm gonna read it. You can't say that. You have to have some initial physical attraction to your book.
I noticed I usually stay away from those books with the really corny covers of like just like fake people and stuff. Like it just looks weird to me.
I think the kind of book you're talking about is you see those obscure books with the weird drawn or very generically drawn like dragon or very generically drawn knight or something, and it's like you've never heard of that author, but they reference him in the back. He's been in some science fiction magazine or fantasy magazine, and the book looks really old. Is that the kind you're talking about? Yeah.
It's like
every once
weird.
in a while. Yeah, and they're like really thin too most of the time.
Yeah, hold on. Actually, there's.
You have one right there.
I do actually. Huh?
You're prepared?
I didn't mean to be prepared, but then I just remembered.
It happened, though. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But it's George Lucas, though.
I know.
I'm echoing.
But it's just, I don't know. I don't know why, but it just bothers me. I'm just like...
When is that book published?
When?
Yeah, when was it published?
Let's find out. Man, this book has seen better days. Or rather than look through, let's
usually
Google
you can find it right in the. Usually you can find it right in the front there. No.
Nope, because it's missing the first page.
Oh no! Like this one is 1988.
I didn't want to say that because I figured you might like cringe and hurt yourself.
No, I have books missing pages because I've read it so much that the binding is cracked, and it's like the pages are stuck in there between other pages, and sometimes I've lost them. I'm like, I gotta skip a page.
1996.
It's not too old.
No.
But then again, it kind of, no, because if I say that's old, I was like 10, 11 in 1996. So then that would make me feel really old if I said that was really old. So I'm not gonna. We're just gonna pretend. I'm not old. I know I'm not old. Okay, so gonna ask you a question, and it's the silly, corny question. You probably know it's coming. You're deserted on an island.
What book?
Yeah, what? You can only have one book because your pack that you have to pack for the island is very little, so only one book will fit in there. What book would you choose?
Duh, like a survival book.
I don't want to hear that answer. You should already know how to
A
survive.
first aid book, like how do I know? How do I freaking if I have like
Okay, you have a
appendicitis
first
or something?
you
How
have
do I
a first
perform
aid
surgery on
pamphlet.
myself? Like
You wouldn't perform surgery on yourself.
I'm on an island by myself. Let me. You've seen Castaway. He had to be a dentist. Shit happens.
Yeah, but that was pulling his tooth. Like, you're gonna, like, appendicitis, I'm gonna cut open and pull out my appendix. Oh, wait, that's my pancreas.
You don't know these things, okay? You've never been pushed
You
to the
can't
limit.
choose a medical book. You can't do it.
But it makes sense.
My rules. They're my rules. You have to choose a book. Do it. Play along.
Fine then.
Or an author. You don't
Botanical
have to
book,
choose
so I know
down to a
what's
book.
poisonous and not poisonous.
No, you have this in knowledge innately. You already know everything. You need entertainment.
Well, if I know everything, I
You
wouldn't be
can
on this
choose an author.
goddamn
You don't have
island.
to choose a book specifically. You can choose an author if you want. You don't have to choose a specific book.
Oh man, that was too much.
You know what I choose? A coloring book, because I want to color.
Yeah, My Little Pony coloring book.
Yeah, the one with the story. Like it's a story coloring book.
No, the sing-alongs. The sing-alongs.
Yeah, there you go. So you'll always know songs and remember them. Because
I had a Lion King one and I had an Aristocats one.
I had a Lion King one and an Aladdin one.
Mm.
Yeah, I had Aladdin and I had Lion King. My first CD was The Lion King. Yeah.
You wanna know
Right?
what my first CD was?
Yeah.
Annie.
Oh, 1986. Annie. Isn't it 1986?
Annie. And then it was the Rugrats movie.
Oh my gosh.
And Grease. Those are.
Grease, of course, Grease.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had to take it away because I kept playing it too much.
I did that with my Aladdin tape. Yes, I said tape. Cassette tape, everyone.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, no, but that came with the books, though, and then you're just like, turn it to the other side.
Yeah, that was a good. You're like, yes, yeah, I'm reading along. This is reading to me. I love it. Did you like my little dance? Even though I don't know how to read, I can at least pretend I know how to read. Okay, so no, in all reality, like, honestly, for reals, it would not be a coloring book unless I had room. If I had room, I'd choose a coloring book. And at least 4 crayons, because one crayon ain't gonna cut it. You get tired of that color and, like, you wouldn't want to do it anymore. I can't choose down to a book. I have to choose an author. So I would choose, okay, can I say, 2 authors. It'd either be Anne Rice or J.R.R. Tolkien. So, like, 2 different, like, genres there. Tolkien is fantasy, and Anne Rice is...
I don't follow any authors or books in like that intensely enough to pick one to survive on.
I do. I have a long list of favorite authors, though. Can they still be favorites if I have a lot of them?
Everybody gets a participation trophy. You're the winner, and you're the winner, and you're the winner.
Winner, and you're the winner, and you get a medal, and you get a ribbon, and you get a sticker. They all say, I'm number one.
I get a sun sticker, but a smiley. And by the way, time out. You don't know what you're talking about. You walk away with that mess. Sorry. He's laughing at me because he said weenie knowing everything. Bah ha 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 ha.
Because I said you innately know everything.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for the game to work and you stop throwing stupid textbooks at me, I have to let you know everything.
No books, and it's reasonable, and it allows me to survive. I don't want to be entertained. I want to live.
Well, this whole point is just moot because if you're stranded on a desert island, you certainly didn't go there prepared. At all. And if you did, then you're not really stranded. And if you stranded yourself on purpose, well then maybe you should be on a deserted island by yourself. Just saying. I don't know.
Oh man, we had a Hangovers movie kind of night, and now we're on an island. Stuff happened. Stuff went down.
Stuff happened. Stuff went down. Mm-hmm. Nobody can plug the phone in to see the pictures, so we'll never know.
And then by then, we're crazy trying to drink seawater, and we keep trying to plug it into like coconuts and shit.
Make a USB port. I got it carved in. I found some really sharp blades for that grass. Let's do this.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Oh, poor.
Alright, I'm good. Amber Benson's books are pretty good. Do you know who Amber Benson is?
Does anybody out there in internet land watching us right now have any questions for us or comments about, like...
Not me not knowing everything?
Yeah, nice comments. Let's try and keep it nice because I love you and you love me and we're a big, happy effing family. For reals. For reals.
Oh, man, you just creep me out.
I'm not being sarcastic.
Sidetracking. Did you know the first Barney, like, killed his whole family and then himself? The guy that wore the costume.
Oh, I was like, what Barney are you watching?
No, not watching, like the actual guy.
I know. It took me a second to figure that out. Like, why did I not see the original Barney series? Apparently I didn't because that's terrible. That's
they
terrible
completely went a different route. Oh my gosh.
Excuse me while I get over my dumb moment because I feel really stupid right now.
There. Oh.
I am smart most days. Today, not so much. I don't know if I'm sleepy, which I kind of am. I did get a knock on the head, so I have an excuse. Oh, look at that! I want one.
Okay. I'm not going to dance Ewok, but I'll be a monster for you. Excuse me.
Gangsta. Yeah. Represent. What are you representing right now?
Oh my goodness.
Not Coughland.
Right? Okay. I'm okay. I'm alive, I think, kind of.
I feel your pain. I don't really, but I'm sorry you're sick.
Yeah.
Coughing is terrible. Sympathy pains. Sympathy pains. Okay, so I want to hear, obviously right now, you don't have to say it right now, but we're going to be wrapping it up here soon. We're going to have our shout-outs, but I want to ask viewers a question. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you want to see, what you want to hear us talk about. Maybe have a crazy costume day where we dress up for you. You know, give us some feedback. We'd love to hear what you have to say and what you want to hear. I mean, without
Yeah.
you, we wouldn't be us, and we'd just be talking to ourselves.
We usually
So
do these shows every Saturday.
every Saturday, I mean, we had a little mishap with this last Saturday. We
I'm
were
glad
actually
you're
having
live, by
ladies'
the
night.
way. Thank
Yes,
you.
I got into an accident. This is why we're so
I
late.
just, I have one requirement from you, and that's life. So just keep doing that.
That's what I meant by my knock on the head. We will not
Mhm.
be late again. We will be viewing Saturday. We will be having a show Saturday. And our show is going to be, da da da, drum roll please, all female cast. You guessed it, Ghostbusters. We're going to discuss that. I don't want to hear any comments now. We're going to save them for Saturday. But I just want to give you a little up and coming what we're going to be talking about. But I do want to hear what you have to say, what you want to hear us talk about. You know, your feedback is really important to us. We really appreciate it. So I mean, if you want us to dress in costume, we can make crazy costumes. We could do some 80s hair stuff, you
Do you
know.
want to see us in a moo? Because we'll do it. We'll dress up in a freaking moo, man. It'll happen.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead with my shout outs. And if you have any shout outs, you go ahead and give your shout outs after. So we have Intergalactic Geek Alliance, The Nerd Goddess, Lady Venom's Lair, Community Love Geek, Sky Blue for music. He does, normally we have a song that we play before we start talking and after, and Sky Blue is the one that did that for us. Thank you so much. You will be hearing it on Saturday. We were having issues with it today. Um, and you, yes, you for sharing. Thank you, Edie. You're awesome. Um, oh, Pokemon hand puppet giveaway.
uh,
Oh,
oh
we
yeah.
have a giveaway.
You want to do that? Um,
Yes.
or I can. Here. Well, we're having a giveaway. It'll last for I think a few weeks. And if you go to our Facebook page, I believe it's our Facebook page or our website. Not 100% sure, but I'll definitely get back to you on that. Um, you have to give our Pokemon hand puppet that you can win. Give it a name, the cutest name. Oh no, actually, you comment here on the YouTube channel. Now I just
February
remember
28th is the end, is when
February
it
28th.
ends.
So
So
for
you
a
have
month.
until February 28th to give him a name, and you must be present to win. You must comment on
Hmm.
our show feed. So the cutest name wins, and I don't know if you've seen it. You need to go over to our page and check it out. He's pretty dang cute.
Just a little puppet. It is cute.
He is cute, and when you get him, you can hug him and make him talk, and it won't just be your hand like I do. Like, hi guys, how are you? See, that's silly. Now, if
See?
I had hand puppets,
It's
I
depressing.
had puppets
Don't
on
do
these hands, it would be epic. It would be so awesome. Don't be lame like me. Don't look pathetic when you're talking to your hands. Have puppets on those babies. Keeps them warm and it's entertaining.
it. Right?
Okay.
Warm,
I have
entertaining hands. I mean, how could
so
you
and
want
the
anything
guys
more?
for guys' night, they have a wooden Batman, which is also awesome.
They have
So
a what?
there's a couple. They have a wooden Batman.
A wooden Batman?
Yes, a wooden Batman.
Like, is it painted or does it look like wood?
I'm sure it's painted. I have not seen it yet. I need to take a
I
look.
don't
But I just wanted to let y'all know. So when you head on over to guys' night every Friday night,
know.
give them a watch too because they're pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's painted.
Um, it's painted.
Sorry. When someone says wooden Batman, I automatically think like a
I'm sure
nutcracker.
it's painted.
Like,
Uh, and it's
oh,
also on the
no.
page. It is also on the page. So give
Okay.
those things a
It's
look.
on our page.
Definitely give that cute puppet a name. Really, really needs one. It's pretty sad without one.
Right?
Um, so I want to thank my sister Tanya for watching. I love you, sister. Thank you. And my daddy, he's my biggest fan. He's our biggest fan, not just mine, our as a whole. He loves our show. Thank you, Daddy. I love you. I love you, sis.
Right.
And you can go
And
ahead if you got some shout outs. And all you fans, we love you. We love you all.
nah, she just means she loves a few people. Don't buy into that. No.
Man,
I'm kidding. No, she loves
you're
everybody.
lucky you're so
I don't.
adorable.
She loves everybody
My,
like she loves books. She can't dislike people. She can't
I
dislike
can't.
books. It's.
I am
I'm trying to
incapable
tell
of.
her. So just keep picking on her, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. As far as shout out goes, Legit Lady Gamers, amazing gaming page, as well as Epiphany Gaming, an up and coming gaming organization with they stream a lot of cool stuff, a lot of MOBAs, a lot of everything. Um, and I guess my page, Weenie Gaming, and there you go. Those
All
are my
right.
shout outs. And shout out to all of
Yes.
you because I actually think you're awesome. I'm just saying. Just
You know what?
you want to go? You want to
I
put that
do. I
finger?
want to go. I do want to go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Oh.
Hold on. Hold my shit.
Yeah, hold my hold my purse, dog. Hold my purse.
I gotta take off these earrings. Oh man.
Oh, my gauges fell out. Yes, we do though. We love you, all of you. We would not be us without you. We again, we want your feedback. So please let us know what you want to hear us talk about, what you want to see. Do you want to see us dress like pirates or whatever ideas you got floating around in those awesome heads of yours, let us know. Comment on our page, comment on our YouTube feed, on our channel. Join us again. I know it's only a few days away. It's Saturday, but we are resuming regular programming. So Saturday, we are going to not only be talking about the new Ghostbusters movie, but also what other movies should be made all female clan, like all female class cast. There's
Um,
others out there, I'm sure. So join us again Saturday and join Guys Friday for Guys Night. They are awesome, and they would really enjoy it if you came in and um, oh, and also the first week of March, Sunday actually, I am going to be joined by Vance. He is this amazing person. We're having a Star Trek show because we are Trekkies.
ooh.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be, it's going to be 5 my time. So we can work out once we get the link
That's
up.
9 my time.
Yeah, once we get the link up, we're gonna get the link up. We're gonna take pictures. I have a Star Trek uniform coming, and he has one as well. And we're gonna have a picture, and we're gonna actually be looking like we're together side by side. Because technology is awesome, y'all.
If it
Yeah,
lets you,
you're gonna get
because
to see me in
technology
Star
is.
Trek uniform.
Mm.
Who wants to see me in Star Trek uniform? I don't care if anybody else does, because I do. Yeah, because TNG, that's what it is. The Next Generation, live long and prosper. That's my gang sign. Yeah. I represent. I'm goofy, but y'all know you love me. Well, again, join the guys Friday and join us again on Saturday. And again, go ahead, give us your comments. Give us some feedback. We'd love to hear from y'all. Oh, we have on the 14th, another show that we have coming up is we have a writer that's coming on, and she's written a couple of really awesome things. So she's been doing it for a little while. I want to say 6 months, but I'm going to be in some more contact with her. But it's definitely the 14th. Nikki Abbott is her name. She's super cool. You can go over and check out her Facebook page, see what she's written, give her a like. She'd appreciate it, I'm sure. But that's what we have solid dates for coming up. So again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again on Saturday. Or, you'll see us. We'll pretend to see you. We'll hear from you though. I'm holding y'all to it. Okay, we heart you. Lots and lots.
Hearts.
Hearts, hearts. Have a great night and read a book. Do it. You know you want to. Just do it. Bye, everybody.